guys, it's Rene from Revv Evolution. Certainly hope you guys are doing fine. Right now, we have an exclusive preview, a new car that's being launched in Singapore right now. It is the all-new Mini Electric. Alright, and more information coming away, but right now I have Jason, right?
Yep.
He's gonna be beside me, he's also gonna give me more information. Alright, so before we get started, once again, yeah, I know it's COVID-19 and you can see me wearing the mask and everything. So we're gonna do our best to give you as much information about the Mini Electric as we drive along. So without further ado, here we go. Yeah, so folks, I'm about to begin my journey here with the Mini Electric. So I guess most of you guys are probably familiar with electric technology and electric cars in Singapore. There's a lot of electric cars going around. We also have the BMW i3, we have the i8 which we've tested. But right now we have the pleasure of actually testing this all-new, exciting Mini, okay? So I'm right behind the wheel here. It feels a bit strange because having driven the other Minis, the fuel combustion Minis of course, you always have that different feeling of driving. So now I'm gonna have to get used to how this car feels because as you know, with electric cars, it's all about the driving feel. Of course, the pickup is instantaneous. Not with a combustion car, you get a bit of drag. But there's one thing I honestly love about electric cars is the fact that you get that instant pull, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jason, hit us with more information.
Okay, so this Mini Electric is actually powered by electric motor.
Okay.
Okay, so this is about this. Why you call it the Cooper SE is because it's actually a Cooper S electric equivalent.
Right.
Right. Okay, so actually the traffic light, you can make a U-turn.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you have actually currently right now you're experiencing is actually the high energy regeneration.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So when you lift off the pedal, the car will actually stop.
Yeah. So what I like to kind of associate driving an electric car is the experience about when you play with a remote control car, because basically, right, it's the same effect. The minute you accelerate, when you push on the pedals, the car moves. But the minute you pull back, you know, you get kind of a pull back, the car kind of stops back because it's direct energy transmission.
Correct.
Direct energy transmission. So just to give you an idea about the U-turn, right?
Yeah, U-turn. No worries.
So yeah, so basically that's the feel. So Jason, yeah, more information about the car.
Okay, so this is actually from the get-go, from 100 RPM to 1000 RPM, it actually gives you 270 Newton meters of torque.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So rather than waiting for maybe like the turbo to kick in and stuff, this is just instant.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm I think curious, something the viewers be kind of curious about. If 0 to 100, what kind of
Okay, 0 to 100 is about 7.3 seconds.
Wow,
so it's similar to Cooper S, but except this is electric.
Right, of course.
More kick off.
Definitely, and like I said, you get that really push in the seat when you pick it up, like something like what I'm doing right now. So wow, honestly, it is an amazing feeling driving the Mini Electric. Okay, Jason, yes. Sorry to disturb you. Yes.
Yeah.
More information.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, of course, there's a lot of different interior features that I say that's different, way different from the petrol variant.
Right.
Such the thing is like for $3 and $5, predominantly the handbrake is actually manual. Okay. But for this one, it's actually fully electric.
Electric brake, yeah, of course.
Okay, and of course they have also, we can't see it here now, but we have actually yellow accented interior as well.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And one thing I think your colleague mentioned about is the fact that you have a Mini connected, right?
Yes.
So when you tell us a bit more about Mini connected.
Okay, so Mini connected is actually more like a hands-free device where rather than back in the days where you have to know by heart when is your car due for servicing and stuff.
Right.
But for the Mini connector, what it does is actually at a glance when you actually sync the app to the car, it can actually tell you everything from your phone. So it's actually really very advanced, I would say.
Okay. And you mentioned the other thing about it, the fact that in comparison to a normal, say with BMW, before I enter the car, when I want to, because say example, this kind of weather is very hot, right?
Yeah.
And I want to get the AC running.
Yeah.
What happens in example in another car is the fan only gets switched on.
Correct.
But in the case of the Mini Electric, I believe that your colleague is mentioning that through the app, I can actually switch the aircon on.
Yes, you
so
can.
it's going to be physically kind of cool when you get in the car, and I think that's very useful for us.
Yeah.
Here in Singapore, and especially right now with the sun out and everything.
Indeed.
Yeah. So what else does the Mini connector kind of
okay, so at a glance, the Mini connector can actually also do something called remote services.
Right.
So what it does is, let's say for example, you can actually lock and unlock your car from the app itself.
Wow, okay.
And then you can actually sound the horn and then you can light up the lights as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are like just small features that say that for example, if you park at a shopping center where you can't remember where you park it, you can actually sound the horn, you can light the light to find out where is your parking at.
Yeah, just some information about the car itself, which I kind of learned just a few minutes ago, is the fact that on a full charge, the Mini Electric can go about 270 kilometers. But then again, it all depends on your riding style, a lot of environment variables, things like your weather, because sometimes, to give you an example, it's raining, you're going to get your wipers on, left, right? You can get your wipers on, and so it's really also how hard you push the car. So safe to say, I would say that 270 is a number that Mini is given to us as a ballpark figure, but once again I said it's a variable. And in terms of charging, what I heard is that to get this car fully charged from 0 to 80%, with a normal AC charging station, it's about 2 or 2.5 hours. I would say roughly.
Yeah,
2.5 hours. I think it's pretty fast because most cars I know that when you do charging, you can't even hit 80% within 2.5 hours.
All right.
And with the DC charging, with DC charging, which is actually another faster alternative of getting a car actually charged, you can get charged from 0 to 80% in about 45 minutes. Right, so this are really, I think, really good incentives for those of you thinking about getting an electric car, and especially if you're a big Mini fan. You know, you're probably curious about the kind of numbers that the Mini Electric's pushing out. So yeah, so I'm just giving you guys a rough idea. And in terms of charging stations in Singapore right now, with the government's plan to go electric, of course, by 2020 they're talking about 2,000 stations. Well, I don't really know the numbers actually right now, but as of actually right now, from what I know, there's about there's about 400 stations, and for the size of Singapore, I think 400 stations is really a lot, and those are the stations that we now know about, because as you know, in condos and other areas, they actually do have their own private stations as well. So really, lots and lots of incentives to go electric, and especially with the all-new Mini, you definitely want to check it out. Okay, that's my quick info. Okay, Jason, anything else you want to tell us about a Mini Electric?
I would say that it would be best for you to come down to the showroom,
right? Okay,
and then get a feel of yourself to actually truly experience the Mini Electric.
So that's another thing which I also mention in my video every time, because you can watch as many videos, you can read about articles and everything else about the Mini Electric, but to really experience how it actually feels, you really have to get behind the wheel, because experiencing, you know, the feeling of the car actually moving, the kind of pull that you get with the power of the electric motor that runs in the car, it's something that you really have to experience for yourself, as Jason said. So well, that's all I can say. What should we, Jason?
Just go straight, then turn right.
Go straight. Okay. So yeah. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's Ronnie here from Revv Evolution, signing off. I'm gonna give you guys some visuals about the car on the interior, so you can actually have a better idea. Okay. And behalf of Jason as well, I'll show you a quick video of him as well. You guys take care.